Hi everyone. Coming to you today with a video blog on an article that I read just this morning in Diabetes Forecast. This is the August edition of Diabetes Forecast. It's published by the American Diabetes Association. I just want you to know that next to the video there's a link that will take you directly to the article, and I highlighted in the article and wrote some notes in the margin. So if you want to take a read of the actual article that I'm basing this on, it's right here. My article, what really interested me was this gentleman called Aaron Thompkins. You may recognize him from The Biggest Loser. He was a contestant on Biggest Loser. And in week 7, he was voted off of the program. But he's in a book, I just want you to frame this. He's in a book that is published by the American Diabetes Association, and they're using him as an example of someone that is really trying to diet and exercise in order to lose weight. Again, that's a picture of Aaron. All right, so a little background on Aaron. Aaron grew up in Ohio. He had 3 grandparents that had type 2 diabetes. A myriad, he says, of aunts, uncles, and cousins. So very deeply steeped with diabetes. As we know, that means deeply steeped with metabolism B. And he writes in here that he was a self-admitted carbohydrate lover. So I'm just doing bits and pieces out of the article because as people with MET-B, you know his story. And he says that he just loved his pie, his pasta, his bread. He was athletic, and he went to college and played college football, where he was very active. But when he graduated from college, the activity dropped. But he said his love of carbohydrate increased. And he said it was nothing for him to eat all of his meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, at fast food places. And he said when he would go for fast food, he would, says he would go to McDonald's quick, and he would get supersized fries, a Big Mac. Big Mac has 3 servings of bread on it. 2 Big Macs, supersized fries, and he would stop and get a large pizza. And that was a meal for him. And as we know, most people would say, oh, look at all the calories. But as MET-Bs, we would say, oh my goodness, look at all the carb. So he weighed 477 pounds. I see patients like this regularly in my office. This isn't an unusual situation. So he tried out for The Biggest Loser. He made the show. And I just want you to know that he confirms my theory that on The Biggest Loser, they're exercising a minimum of 4 hours of exercise every day. So that's a minimum of 35 hours of exercise or a full-time job devoted to physical activity. Impossible for a person in the real world to live like this. And they also, put them on a very low-calorie diet. Well, this is the big interesting point of the story, although I found the whole thing interesting, is that during his time on Biggest Loser, Aaron developed type 2 diabetes. He said a month before the program he was tested, his blood sugar was normal, but during the program he developed type 2. And then he goes on to say that every season of that show, 2 to 3 people develop type 2 diabetes. They're diagnosed on the show while they're on this program, and more than 50% of the contestants that you see are pre-diabetic or diabetic. So just like MET-B, over 55% of people have MET-B. Over 55% of people on The Biggest Loser have MET-B. And some of them get pushed to diabetes while they're there on a supposedly perfect diet. Once The Biggest Loser found out that he had diabetes, his diet became a diet that was low on bread, pasta, and carbs, and he was working out for 90 minutes a day. You see the big change, very much closing in on what should be done for over 55% of these people, not just when someone gets diagnosed with diabetes. Actually, it's a little late then. The person can't reverse anything. So they did end up putting him on a lower carb diet, They made his exercise 90 minutes. And week 7, he gets voted off. I guess it's a 12-week program, and at week 7, he got voted off. He went home, continued to lose some weight, but right now he's regained in recent months more than 30 pounds. It's not Aaron's fault. Aaron was not taught the correct way to manage his physical problems. And so what does he say? He's now working with a therapist, and this is a quote, for assistance with his emotional eating and food-related demons. And, you know, it's okay. Talking to someone is fine, but Aaron's stress-related eating and love of carbohydrate isn't an emotional issue. It is a physical issue. And it's just like if you knew someone was sick, you'd get the medical help. He's sick, and the medical help would come from Metabolism Miracles core program. So it says that he's working out with a vengeance. He's trying to clean up his diet again. He has trainers. He has a weight loss support group he goes to. And as I said, we have a picture of Aaron that shows that he's really a large guy, not really showing the benefit of all the work he's putting into this. So I did write a note in the margin, and it says, Aaron, call me. I would love to work with Aaron so that he then could go about spreading the word to the community. He said, and it's true, that the African American community is steeped with diabetes. They've got a high risk of developing type 2, a very high percentage with metabolism B. I would love for Aaron to be the person that learns the right way to work with his body and then take the word and pass it around, because we can get healthy on our own with our own changes in lifestyle. So that's my scoop today. And take a peek at the article if you want to, but I think I highlighted most of the main points. And I will be back with another video blog soon. All right, bye.